so today we're going over breaking a weight loss plateau in 3 simple steps. So let's first understand what a plateau is. So let's say 3 weeks into your cut, you stop losing weight. What you think is going on is likely that you're at a 500 calorie deficit and magically not losing weight. But what's actually going on is you're at no calorie deficit and therefore maintaining weight. How is this possible? What's actually happening is your burn rate is getting lower and lower the longer you diet. This is called metabolic adaptation, and it's completely normal and necessary. Your metabolism is actually constantly adjusting to what you're eating and what you're doing. If it didn't, you would die. So the better question is, once your metabolism slows down during a deficit, how do you keep losing weight? Option 1 is to increase your deficit, either through eating less, moving more, or a combination of the two. So let's say you increase your deficit again. Let's say instead of eating 1,500 calories, you start eating 1,000, and you actually start losing another pound a week. Awesome. But then let's say you plateau there and you decide to eat less. Maybe at that new deficit, you're only losing 0.4 pounds a week. Maybe you increase your deficit again and get really low and lose no weight. And then maybe you get crazy and you start eating as little as possible and you actually start gaining weight. What is happening here? Any proper diet is going to taper down. But if you go too low in calories and stay there for too long, you're not only going to plateau, but you might actually start to go backwards. You must learn to read the signals that your body is giving you. Again, what you think is going on is that you're at a calorie deficit and somehow magically gaining weight. But what's really going on is your burn rate has gotten so low that even eating very little is a surplus, which causes you to gain weight. So if you can't just keep dieting, what other option does that leave you with? We need to ditch the old mindset that you have to eat as little as possible for as long as possible until you reach your goal, aka hopping from diet to diet to diet to diet to diet eternally. The new mindset we must adopt is that you have to do something before and after a diet. Your diet must have a start and an end date. That's the only way to prevent plateaus and enjoy predictable and permanent fat loss. And this is accomplished in 3 very simple steps. This is the fat loss cycle. Step 1 is what you do before a diet. Step 2 is when you actually diet. And step 3 is what you do after you diet to maintain results. At the end of the day, there's a time to prepare for a calorie deficit, a time to implement one, and a time to stop. If you're missing any of these steps, weight loss is going to be very difficult or impossible for you. So if you've experienced plateau after plateau and therefore restart after restart, you need to stop and ask yourself if you have any business dieting right now. I hope this helps clear things up. I hope this helps you see plateaus in a brand new way. This is why we don't talk about diets and a list of no-nos and all the things you've heard all over the internet. We talk about the fat loss cycle because it teaches you how to work with your body rather than against it. And it's repeatable, it's scalable, and it works. So that was a lot of information. Where do you start? Your very first step is simply discovering where you fit into the fat loss cycle. Are you in phase 1, 2, or 3? That way you can break the current plateau and you can change things up at the right time and stop quitting, therefore stop starting over. Now you can do this framework on your own, but if you combine this framework with a community to help you along the way and also help you push through when things get tough, you'd be pretty unstoppable. So that's where we come in. If this sounds like a dream and exactly what you need and what you're ready for, the community is open until Friday. So this is your direct invitation to join. Simply reply "interested" in the comments for more details.